What up, what up, what up, my people? Dreamwise here for another one. Yes, sir. I wanted to dive deeper into the fold on weed, and give you the deeper understanding of how to utilize weed for your spiritual growth and spiritual enlightenment. You know, a lot of us partake in the weed to escape. Like we've all been there, we've done that, right? In college, that was my thing. Wake and bake, can't eat before I go to the calf, or can't smoke before I go to the calf. Have to smoke for just any external adventure that I was about to partake in, just because it stimulated my senses that much more and heightened my senses in the external world. But when we talk about entheogens and we talk about the inner world, this inner self, God, then we're talking about transmuting energy to understand ourselves and communicate with God. So, weed is a substance that you can use as a tool to tap in spiritually. But if you're abusing it by escaping reality, stimulating, your food, your music, your environment. You remember that food? What you smoke and they eat you a whole thing of chicken? What? You be off the chain, boy. Everything tastes good. Macaroni and cheese. You be in there in heaven eating food. What? Get back to reality. None of that stuff tastes the same. You can't even eat without smoking. God damn. I want to play this video by our good brother KT the Arts Degree so we can get deeper into the fold. Check this out.
When we're talking about mushrooms, we're talking about the psychedelic mushrooms, which falls into the category of entheogens.
Mm-hmm. So entheogens is also mushrooms, ayahuasca, iboga, all of these things that we take to tap into the God particle inside of us, the God energy inside of us. Also, cannabis or weed.
If you notice in that word, you have the word theos. Okay, right. Theos deals with God and divine. That's why when you're dealing with a preacher, pastor, reverend,
theology,
yeah, right. So
in the middle of entheogen is the word theo, which is God.
This is not just a theogen. This is a entheogen. So this is how you commune with God. Some people pray, some people die. Some people have near-death experiences. Some people get hit in the head. Some people find religion, and that's how they communicate.
Yeah.
However, the Creator already left, you know what I'm saying, a straight shot connection. We got our own 5G service.
That's what's up.
5D service. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fifth dimensional. And what we're able to do is through plants, we're able to commune with the Creator inside of us. See,
shout out to KT, the Arts Degree, the God, the GOAT, the God. Yeah, so entheogens is just that, right? It's the inner God. I-N or E-N, but it's I-N. Theo, God, and then Jin is the genius that you have inside of you that cultivates another level of God. See, when we look at this thing and spiritually break it down to the core, we understand that we're entering into communication with God. It's our birthright. It's our origin. When you see this, it says E-N, within, enter in, to turn within, right? That's why we're using these substances. That's why we're using the tool, the natural spiritual tool called THC. Theo, God, the divine creator, speaking to your higher self, the divine, the sacred, the source of it all, communicating with your higher self to get information. If you're not getting information, I don't know what you're doing. And then Jin, generator, birth, origin, or what we call genius, what you have inside of you, right? And theogens help you regenerate your mind, your energy, and your reality. So one of the biggest aspects of utilizing these tools is utilizing it correctly. You don't want to utilize weed, cannabis, as a tool to make you lazy, or you have brain fog, right? This is about you tapping in with the weed, tapping in with the THC, and going into a meditative state that takes you into another level of genius. You become more aware of yourself when you're using cannabis, weed, as in a form of meditation. So, like a month ago, or not a month ago, for a month in November last year, I went into a whole uh, ritualistic practice of smoking weed before I meditated. And boy, oh boy, the profound breakthroughs and understandings that I had made me that much more thorough in my reality down here in the matrix. See, you become more aware of your thoughts. You become more aware of the things that kind of put you, you know what I'm saying, in a downtrodden state. You start to move with power. You start to move with a different understanding when you use the tool correctly, not recreationally, but using it correctly. So I want the family to understand to the core, use entheogens, whether that be mushrooms, right? Whether that be ayahuasca, and whether that be the tool that you can get the most of, which is weed. Use it for your stillness to open up insights into creativity, into your emotional truth, right? What's what's bothering you in these realities? What's what's not what's not serving your greater good? See, if you can do that, you can tap into your inner genius, your inner genie. Essentially, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to change and shift your reality for the better based off of you being more holistically sound with these thought forms that come to you. So now it's all a stepping stone. Remember, it's thoughts, then emotion, then action. So you can look at that either way. Thoughts, right? The thoughts that come to you, right, can stimulate an emotional response. And then the action or the lack of action that you take is then how your reality shifts. A lot of people think like the miracle is going to happen based off of, oh, I'm just going to sit here and hit $1 million and hit the lottery or something, right? The real manifestation is putting your body in position to receive the miracles. So if the weed is making you a couch potato based off of you're giving all your external energy to an outside force, then it's not serving your greater good to manifest the reality that you're trying to that you see in your mind's eye, your vision desire. You have to understand that the tool was placed down here for us to utilize it as just that, a tool to tap into the deeper recesses of our mind. So I just wanted to drive that point home and really give the family uh, another understanding than just using weed as a recreational thing to escape their reality. This is about transforming your reality. This is about shifting your reality into new. See, I did that in November when I was doing that in November, and boom, I came up with a whole other workout plan and a whole other regimen to transform my body. And naturally, in me doing that, you know what I'm saying? Now I have more energy. I'm looking better. You feel me? I'm feeling more enthused about the day, right? Just because I'm lighter, I'm losing a lot of weight. I've lost 30 some pounds since January. Just because I'm lighter and I feel more clearer and faster. You see what I'm saying? So that November experimentation where I was smoking weed before I went into meditation, and then came out with deeper understandings and recesses that I need to implement, was profound for me to transform my reality for the good. So I'm actually in the manifestation, and it's still happening as we move in the work. So now it's just about staying in motion. Yourself, family, I love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all. Peace to the gods.